Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another edition of First 40 Turns. Today, during this episode anyway, we are going to be the Cree, which is a nice turn of the tables since it seems like every game this episode, for these episodes, the Cree have been the first person we've met and they've forward settled the crap out of us and gone aggro on us. So, it'd be nice to be the Cree and not have to worry about them doing that to us. It'll just probably be somebody else. Here we go. We found ourselves a spot. This is actually the first spot we took. First spot we found, and we took it. A lot of wasted tiles, but we do have a lot of hills, so you can't really complain too much. 3 wasted tiles there. You know, a couple more over here, and some back in here are not great. But I figure, you know, things I like to evaluate when I'm saying, do I really want to play this through? Do I really want to play this out? We do have some mountains, so we're going to have probably some options for some campus life there. And then we could either squeeze in our districts over here adjacent to the campus, or we could squeeze them in over here adjacent to the city. You can make that decision depending on the kind of victory you're going for. We're not talking about that extensively now, but as long as you have a spot where you think you can get some districts in with no river, you're probably going to want to go harbor maybe instead of a campus, or sorry, instead of a commercial hub. You know, lakes, sometimes it's fun to do lakes, and maybe you get UE to Galley, something like that. There's a spot here if you're going for science. There's a +6 industrial zone right there. Tons of hills. Looks like a little bit flatter back here, but we'll see. For now, it looks like we've been plopped on a nice piece of land. As far as good tiles, we got one right away that we can work. We'll be able to get to a 3-1 as well. That'll help growth. And then as we expand, this will help with a Pantheon. Another 2-2 there. And then we'll be able to mine this. We'll get the minor resource. Even if we don't find iron, that's a minor resource. And of course, we have build a pasture for a boost. And also, we'll be able to make that a 2-3 real quick to a quarry. So lots of good options for lots of different things that we can get done. Fair amount of chops as well. It's a pretty solid start. And we're going to say that we like it and go with it. As far as exploration goes, I'm kind of tempted to just kind of follow the coast for a minute and then wrap around, because I feel like once you go this way, you're gonna find a river. Actually, I haven't kind of see a river there. Once you find a river, you're gonna follow the river, and then you're never gonna actually get back to exploring kind of your land and see what you've got. So I feel like I kind of want to go this way with them, and then the next guy will come this way here and go around like that. And then maybe get to that river, and then you kind of got your land experienced and or explored and things like that. So as far as first build, oh, we're working the 3-1, aren't we? Yeah. So right now you definitely want to work the 2 here, or we could even lock it in, I guess, instead of doing that. We'll just lock it in. You want to work the 2 because you already have a 2-1 city center. Working a 3-1 there, it's going to get your production quite slow. And then with the Cree, you've got a bit of a different situation here because they have a special scout that actually takes longer than a normal scout. It takes the same amount of time as a warrior, but it also has the same strength as a warrior. Different promotion tree, so it doesn't get promoted to a stronger unit like the warrior, but it is nice to have a scout that can actually take care of itself against a barbarian outpost. So we'll build one of those, and it'll take one longer turn than it will to grow, but that'll be fine. Then we'll swing right into a settler and we'll love it. So let's just take our first movement here. We'll come down here and see what's going on, and we'll move on. As far as our first research, animal husbandry and mining are both going to be needed here, so we can go there. Do not forget, however, though, as the Cree, they have that mecha up at pottery, and we also are granted a free trader and 1+1 trade route when you research pottery. So you don't want to skip on that too much. In fact, you know what? I mean, when you think about it, I always think about what can you do first, but I guess when you think about it, we're not going to have a builder right out of the gate. It's going to be a little while before we have a builder. So you could probably even just do pottery first in order to get that, and then we can move on and grab these later and still have them in time to actually do the improvements. So that's probably the better way to actually do it when you think about it. So adapting for the civilization, I would say go ahead and grab pottery, start. And away we go. Turn 2. Step there. Looks like we might be coming into some desert. Hard to say. This could be, it's maybe a small inland sea or something like that, because it's getting pretty, it seems pretty small. A couple of options for settlements here. Wouldn't be fresh water, but it would be 2-2 on the coast. Freshwater settlements would be options here later on. Let's step here and learn. Potential Petra, a new Lux, as well as a couple of hills right out of the gate. Some fresh water you could work off of. Chat is already going absolutely crazy over that incredible Petra that they've found. Step this way, and there's another hill, so not looking too bad right now for Petra. Looking too bad at all. We do have whales here, I just noticed as well, so that could actually be brought into a Petra city. Not too shabby at all. And there you go. So he came from here. It's turn 5, so you got to figure that they're probably right around there. He has discovered us, so we're going to want to try and cut him off. What I'm going to do is I am going to grab the goody hut, and the goody hut was actually a recon unit, as it turns out. How amazing is that? Okay. Oh, and there's actually a science city-state right here. So here's where we gotta try and figure out what we want to do here. Kind of want it. We can get a hit on him. The first meet on that's important. It's already very early, so there's a good chance we still get it. But at the same time, we kind of want to move this way and get the cutoff on him. So this is where you kind of want to take the chance to do the math, okay? If he turns right around and heads back to the hut, he's going to step on this hill and then move right to here, which means he'll be in range if we're standing here, or here for that matter. But he will not be in range if we step to here to get that meat. Another thing so what we could do is we could get a hit here, and then come into position here and get the hit there. We can just delay that meat by a turn or two. Let's go ahead and smack him. Like that. He does come with a promotion, so by not taking it right away, we'll be able to take that promotion later to get the heal. So he's going to try and walk away, but interesting, he probably won't step to there now that we're standing there either, so he may actually go to there, which would allow us to actually get into position to stop him as well. And so stopping him from getting back is very key at this point. And of course we did get our +4 for our unique unit, not to mention the village as well. Next turn, we'll see what this guy does. Okay, so he moved into a bad position. So we can step on this hill, and we can step there. And I'll take the promotion now to get back to full health. I'm going to take that for... I'm going to take it for Rainforest. Well, no. The problem is if I'd have stepped to there, he could have gotten past here. I wouldn't have been able to stop him with zone of control. Josh. How you doing, Josh? Yeah, if I'd have been here, the zone of control wouldn't have stopped him. Now, it doesn't turn out to matter. But if I'd have been standing here, which I actually couldn't have moved there because I already had moved. I moved from here to there, so I only had one movement left. So I was either going to go there or there. If I went there, I'd have gotten the first meet, but I wouldn't have been anywhere near stopping him. By having moved there, it kept him from being able to move to this position. He could have moved to that position, but for whatever reason, he didn't. By stepping into this direction, he's kind of screwed himself. But I don't think that that was an option if you wanted to stop him. If I'd have stepped there, he would have had the option, whether he would have taken it, I do not know, of moving to here and possibly getting home. I would never have been able to keep up with the scout, right? Whenever you have it in your idea, in your head, that you could possibly keep up with the scout, watch that video. I don't know what you mean. If I'd have been standing, I don't know what you mean. I couldn't step on the jungle. You said step on the jungle, right? There's no way I could have stepped on the jungle. And he was standing here, so I would have been 4 tiles away from him. He could have gotten to there and ran away. There's no way I could have gotten in his way. I couldn't step there. I was either here or there. By going here, I'd have been 2 turns from being able to block him. He would only take him 1 turn to get past. That's the way I look at it anyway. Step on the jungle. If I'd have stepped on that jungle there with the scout, he would have been able to walk past me easily. By stepping, he would have gotten away from zone of control by stepping here. If you step away, he doesn't lose zone of control. Anyway. We'll leave that discussion for another time. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stay there. So when he goes to there, I could potentially hit him twice. Like that. I kind of don't want... whatever. I'm going to just kill him. Get it over with. Alright. I kind of didn't want to get my scout injured, but it's fine. Josh, happy 4th of July, by the way, buddy. And everyone out there celebrating on this glorious, glorious day. Hope you're having a good one. Orion, how you doing? Thank you for being here. You seem to be speaking English well enough for me. Good to have you here. Okay, so we'll go straight into the settler, of course. We want to make sure that we're working good tiles. Unfortunately, it didn't grow to the 2-2-1. That actually feels like it might be worth a purchase. Because it's going to give us the faith, which will get us to the Pantheon sooner. It's going to give us another production as well. I feel like that tile is very strong. This early in the game, the impact that extra production makes, we're 12 turns from getting that. That's 12 turns, that's 12 production. We could speed up the production of this settler by 2 or 3 turns, and that's absolutely worth it. So that's the purchase you make there. We are going to... we'll be working that now. And if we focus production, you can see here we just took 2 turns off the settler. Plus we're going to get to a pop 3 before it, so very, very strong. I couldn't do a French stream. Maybe when I was younger I probably could have done a decent job at it, but not now. Way, way, way too rusty. Everyone is celebrating America worldwide. Worldwide. Alright, next turn we get that first meet. We're going to see how good that Petra potentially is. And Settler in 11. Go. Whew. Yeah, I sensed that. Did I not deliver it with sarcasm? I felt like I delivered that with sarcasm, no? Not a first meet. Okay. That's a nice looking set of tiles that guy's got there. Right. I delivered it with disdain? Really? Didn't feel like I was speaking in disdain. I don't know. That was a disappointment not to get that first meet.
I thought Clay must feel happy.
I still feel as though... Train an archer. So we finished pottery. That gives us our trader. Right out of the gate. Golden science. How much do we like that? Total. Bonjour. It's too bad that the Stockholm didn't want a trade route as an envoy, but whatever. What are you gonna do? Excuse me. Excuse me. There's a lot of hills over here. Some really nice tiles. We'll have to see what we got for fresh water down here. A quick look at our continents lens. We actually did end up on a second continent, but we don't get credit for it because we because we can see it. We could see it right out of the gate, so it didn't give us credit for it. We don't see fresh water that way. Okay. Midway. Making our new friends feel welcome. Thank you, buddy. It'd be a 7-hill Petra if you were like right there. Maybe an 8-hill Petra. Actually 9. It could be 9. It's not bad. You have a few chop. You have at least a couple, 3 chops to help get it done as well. The other thing too to keep in mind too that's really fabulous about her again. The other thing that's really great about about having civilizations that have a tile improvement is if you do like a Petra, then you can get those tile improvements on top of those empty spots where you don't have hills and make some really strong tiles. This was really a lot of fun. You picked Latin instead of French. Oh, late night tough guy. Mistakes were made. Yikes. We are squeezed, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to hope for some space to the north, obviously. Maybe get this Petra City, and there's some land down here. Maybe we can get this way. Hopefully this river will help us out. Maybe a city on the coast down here. We'll have to figure that out. Oh, wow! Josh! With a very generous drop. Holy cow. Thank you very much, Josh. 1,525 bits. Do I chisel? What? What is that? Thank you very much, Josh. I thought maybe somebody was going to donate 1776 today or something. Oh, some chiseling. Oh, for the lot. Yeah. So hopefully this guy turns around. Is that a hint? No, it's just actually, you know what made me think of it is last night. Ooh, no, that's interesting. Okay. Midway donated 242 bits, which is, you know, you were gonna do 704, but you didn't have 1776. Ah. Okay, so there's more coast there. Yeah. We're lawyers. Alright, trying to find as much information as we can here. River going up this way, and there's a river over here. We definitely need to get to the river there. Try and maybe, if there's a possibility, get 2 on the river here. 1 on the coast. 1 there. City on this lake. That's 2, 4, 6. Maybe you get down to here 7. But it's all about investigating what you've got for options at this point. Free settler. Well, I mean, people love that idea, right? Free settler, free settler. Might be worth it. I don't know. Population. Oh God, I love that. That's just a sexy thing right now. I want to push that settler out as fast as possible, particularly since we've got squeezed on both sides now. We're thinking, okay, we got to be quick. I like the idea of pushing that settler out as soon as possible. In other situations, I might say let's push the food a bit and do that 3-1 tile, and worry about growth. Since we've got that population already, we can push that settler out a couple turns quicker by working the extra production, or even 1 turn sooner. Every turn can count for getting our land down. It can be, as long as it doesn't cost you the game. Keep your... Josh always putting words in my mouth. Yeah, I knew that was going to be... I knew he was going to settle. There was no question in my mind he was going to settle that. I need to follow... there's another city-state there. I need to follow this up, find a spot for a city there, and hopefully a city there as well. It's going to be important to try and get 2 cities there and 2 cities here. And then hopefully this land will be ours. The taking. Yeah, needs more exploring to figure it out.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
We'll work that faith, get the Pantheon as quickly as possible, and of course combat versus barbarians. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked that way. It's possible that could have. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that would have worked that way or not, to be honest with you. Oh, wow. Wow. Dude, that was so generous. Completely unnecessary. Very... Now you have competition indeed. Midway, thank you very much, man. That's so generous of you. Very, very, very generous. Getting to production of settlers is very, very important at this point. Kind of want to see what's going on here. So the river's coming out to the water, which I thought it would. So potentially like a settler in here-ish. And so you might actually be able to get 2 cities down here. Like, have some room, depending on what's going on out here, right? This river's cutting up this way. It looks like the land's getting cut off. It's gonna be tight. I'm trying to get this freaking land is treacherous right now. I'm trying to find a way to figure out. Doesn't look like we're gonna get any first meets this game because we were so surrounded. And here comes a settler to spoil our dreams. Okay, so the river, because there's interesting terrain up here. We might be able to get something in there and still find a way to get something in there. Next turn.
If there are no dogs in heaven.
Alright, so that's not too bad. We can get away with that, but we still need, we're going to want to put a city in here somewhere. Figure out a way to get cities in here. I was hoping, I just wanted to make sure I could cut her off if she tried to go any further. I was going to snag that thing. This land is absolutely treacherous to try and find out where to go. It's absolutely treacherous. Insane. Wow, how is that a first meet on them? They haven't met them yet? Crazy. Okay, well, I'll take it. And we'll see what's going on here. We might be able to kind of... I feel like my first city could potentially be something in here to cut off the forward movement this way. Theoretically, I could put a city on one of these tiles, too. It could potentially get squeezed in cities here. You could put a city here and buy out to that truffle real quick. Some nice tiles. That's an interesting idea, actually. Gonna go blow up your parents' backyard. Have a great stream. Thank you very much, Midway. Happy 4th of July to you, buddy. Be safe and have fun. Hope the family has a great day today. And again, thank you so much for the very generous donation. Very generous indeed. I appreciate you being here, bud. It's so frustrating, but I want to get all the information. Oh, and there you go. That's why you do it, folks. Potentially a settle here, actually, and then you could get a settle on the horses. Some nice land there. 2-2 city center. You could buy out to that. Have some hills here to do some work. That's a potential city there as well. Very, very quiet. So it looks like something in here for a settle would be good. 1, 2, 3, and one of those two tiles, and then try and find something in here. Excuse me. Wow. Not particularly nice land up there, unfortunately. Oh, wow. That is very interesting. I was not expecting that at all. All right. So we can kiss all this goodbye right now. This is going to be some sort of an inland sea, it looks like. Wow. Okay. Settlement locations. We have our settler. I would say go monument. We need to get through that. When you haven't gotten any additional assistance with culture, I always say go monument after your settler. So that'll be the plan there. We've got to figure this out. We've got people kind of surrounding us. This looks the most... like trouble, if you will. So I kind of feel like maybe a settlement here, and then you could grab potentially a couple tiles. There's actually some nice land around here. Some 2-2s and stuff like that. Some hills. We can work that in as well. And that would also help us secure something down here on the south with all this deer and these nice tiles down here. Something on the coast here. So there to there. And then hopefully we can get some information up here. That's a new continent up here. There's your nice boost. Some lakes up here. Some rivers. Be very curious to know if there's anybody up there. This is a very interesting map. It takes a lot of thought here to get the analysis going because there's a lot of different ways you can go here. This looked really nice for a minute, and now I'm curious about what's going to end up happening. There is a potential Petra City out here. It would take some gold to buy some useful tiles up. Certainly, you know, this is where I almost feel like you gotta start plopping down some bins. I feel like that's a spot, and then probably something down in around here is a thing along this coast. Wherever this coast is, get on that coast, pick up all these really nice tiles. That's an essential thing. I feel like that might be even the first two places you go. If this had fresh water, it'd be no problem. But I do question whether you want that to be your second city with minimal housing. I mean, it wouldn't be bad. Like, you could actually just, with all those production tiles, you get to pop 3 and just pump out settlers too. That's a possibility. That could be a settler town. It's unfortunate we don't have a little bit more information there, because you hate to send your settler down there and not have it turn out to be what you want. But I feel like that might be your second city. Either that or your third. Maybe you go second city here, cut this off, grab those tiles, come south to here. Freedom for the god. So you got to figure, like, this is kind of safe for us right now. There's not much you can lead into the Petra City. You could throw a city here. It wouldn't be a particularly strong one, but, you know, you could work it off of this and then down into a Petra City. If we turn on the settler lens for, oops, just a second here. If you settle that, it's a 2-2 city center. And some good tiles. That's actually a really solid city, but the thing is that it's kind of safe, and you don't want to waste your first settler on an area that you could probably settle anytime in the future. That would then leave us with an option to move out here. Either one of these tiles would do the trick. I would say probably, actually, here would get us instant 2-2s. Now, in a lot of cases, the first place to settle is obvious, and you know, it just is much more clear because we got a situation here. This is where I'll absolutely take some time to sit back and relax and say, you know what are we gonna do here? Let's take a look at what our options are for cities. What order we want to settle them in? Who do we want to slow down first? I feel like this is absolutely an important place to go. This is a bit of a tight squeeze. I'm not sure what I do here. 1, 2, 3. The best place for a city, if we're going there, another city would be somewhere right here. Like that. It would not be a great city, but it would definitely shut her down. You could grab those horses. There are some hills and chops around that could help you out as well. I wouldn't. The thing is that it's a city that you want to get early to stop her, but at the same time, it's not a great city. You don't want to waste an early settler on a crap city. So we're kind of like, oh, we got some space here, and then potentially a Petra City here. If things start going your way, it could be as much as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8. Probably maybe 8. I don't think so. That looks super flat. I think probably an 8 tile Petra, and you would have 3 things to chop down to help you get it. So not bad. Not bad, but you'd certainly like your 4th or 5th city. And then depending on what happens here as far as movement, you could potentially move down here. and get aggressive. If maybe put something on the other side of this lake. If this is open over here a bit, maybe put something on the other side of this lake, help support a city here. You know, maybe the possibility there. And then you don't even know what's going on up here yet. So here's the thing. So this is a dilemma. If you go here, it's a better city. It's a really good city. Like there's a lot of population, or there's a lot of production. There's a lot of growth. It's a fantastic city. Chat saying go deer. If I go here and they bring a settler and plop it down on that lake, it's war for sure. Although if I go here and they happen to put a city down here, they might be able to keep that city. So I feel like you're probably right. There's so much going on here. I feel like that's probably the way to go. Mech Jack, 3 months, buddy. Thank you very much for that. 3 months in the house. I appreciate that, bud. Welcome back. Welcome back. There might be a better Petra City up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There might be a better Petra City right there, actually. I don't even know. Too bad you can't have 2 Petras. The problem is that this could lead to stuff down here, whereas we don't know what this could lead to. There is another river here, so I don't know. If there's nothing up there. You forgot to include a trolley comment with the... In a row, even. Not just 3 months, but in a row. Dude. Yeah, we're going to move there. We're going to want to get into settlers quick. We're going to want to get into settlers super duper quick and really get these things down. This is that moment in the game where you're just praying that everyone just stays in their corner so you can get some work done. Just praying that you can stay in your corner and everyone gets their work done, because if you have to, like, if they get aggro and then you got to go slingers into archers, and it's about defense, you know, it takes some time. You might have to fight for land. I mean, that's part of the game. Sometimes you have to do that. We've talked about that in the past. Talked about that actually today in comment section on YouTube. Just about what can happen in a game and what you have to do sometimes. So, but this is that moment where you're like, oh, please, just things go well, please. It looks like this might be just a little bit of land here that we could grab ourselves. Maybe there is a couple cities up here, and we don't have to worry about this down there. Maybe we just let that kind of be. If there's a couple chops up here, especially, there's one there, and there's a couple stone there, so you can actually throw the city right here. That right there is a Petra city. It reaches out to all this, and it reaches out to that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's a 9-hill Petra right there. There'd be 2 stones and a tree to chop down minimum into that Petra city, and then that could lead to a city on this lake. Maybe up in here, maybe even there's a little river there. Lots of options, lots of dreams at this point, ladies and gentlemen. We're filled with dreams and hopes. Mapuche, honored to meet you. So it looks like they're neighbors. That's definitely an inland sea. I'm going to come up here and clear that out. Come back. I'm going to have this guy come up here, and this guy's going to head down that way. This might actually end, actually. This... Oh no, it's going to squeak through here. I think that's a lake. That's fresh water there, I think, right? Yeah, that's a lake. I thought. Okay. We're at turn 20. We're halfway through the turns we try to get through in that hour. But we've taken up more time than usual. All this discussion. Let's keep it moving, folks. Keep it moving. We're moving. Jadwiga has declared war on the Thero. Okay, so that's fantastic for us. The fact that these guys are getting into their own territorial battle, they're going to eat up each other's armies, and fight over the land that's in here. That means they're not going to be worried about what's going on up here. They might prioritize units over settler. and give me the time to grab these cities. I definitely feel like the priority for us is this. Certainly we'd like to stop her from grabbing that. If we can grab that, then it leaves this open for us. But I feel like that city only really gets us that, and I think we've replaced that with this. So as we move along here in our analysis, I feel like these are all good cities right here. That's 4 more good cities. That makes it 5. That would make it 6 on a Petra, potentially up here. And then long term, that could be another city. But with this giant desert here and a better Petra there, I feel like that could just be left to other people at this point. Unless you're aiming for a major expansion. Wow, you know what's funny? Is this looks like it's really cutting up here. I was thinking that this might have been part of this. I'm not sure where this is. I don't know what's going on down here. We're wandering into no man's land. I don't know what's going on here. I'm really curious about the settler lens here. I don't know where, like, this is definitely coast here, but I don't know where the coast is. The coast might be right here. I don't know. This is a lake here, but where's this? What happens to this lake? Does this lake bend up here? Maybe I can grab a piece of the lake? I don't know. I'm gonna go this way and see what's happening out here. There we go. We'd like to see that. It also means that nobody's come from this direction. Plus, we got a first meet in Hong Kong, so I'll let you know that there's probably not anybody here. And you know what we haven't done this game? Here I am babbling about all this other stuff. We haven't taken a look at our loyalty lens. Nothing over here, which is good. And just to be sure, only people they've got there is that. We do know that this is a Pangaea. I think I mentioned that before, I'm not sure. And we've met 3. So there's 2 other civilizations to be met. My guess is there's something out here. Maybe there's something out here still, but it's not close enough to affect Stockholm. And then maybe there's somebody down in here as well. That's a possibility, but not close enough to affect Hong Kong. It's all just speculation at this point. There's the upsetness from her. I definitely feel like there's going to be aggro happening. All this hilly land, it's hard to figure out what the heck's going on. We're just going to keep on moving and figuring out what we're happening here. Battles going on there. I'm not sure how big this lake's going to be. I might get fresh water right there. It's getting fairly far away from my capital. It might be dangerous settlement land there. Even there's a -1. There's some experience and some beautiful land back here. Even a sugar tile and some 2-2s. So, I mean, immediately I'm thinking 1, 2, 3. There's right where I'm standing is maybe another city. You have some beautiful growth tiles, some stone. Might be able to even get to that in time. Who knows? They would have to have not any envoys by the time you got there, so it's unlikely. But some 2-2 tiles and stuff out here. Lots of chops. Yeah, interesting. Definite possibilities, ladies and gentlemen. Wait. Did we get a scout? I thought we got a promotion from that. Did we get a scout from that? What? Okay. Let's go this way. Next turn.
When you find yourself in a
I'll do the promotion when I get stuck at a certain point, Ladmarks. So I was able to go 3 full tiles on the road. Then I was able to go 3 full tiles on flat land. It looks like I'm going to be able to go 3 full tiles again. Once I get to the point where I can only move, where I have leftover, like, leftover spots, then I'll do the promotion. If that makes sense. I think it'll make sense in a minute. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Alrighty. That is an insane forward settle. I don't think there's any chance that I can hold that, is there? -5 right now. Getting a city there would also help. That would be an incredible city to have, but it would definitely piss them off. A couple of 2/3 tiles, a 2/2 with faith, 2/2 tiles for days. All kinds of... I mean, God, look at that city. Wow. Squirrel 1138. Greetings to you as well. I could go Aqueduct Boom, but then the city sucks at the beginning, right? And I want the city to be strong right from the beginning. The whole point of making our second city is to make it strong. Having our first city only get to pop 2 is pretty weak. 1,000 tiles and nothing to do with them. Other possibility is to go left. 2/2 city center with faith on the dies. We could expand out to the 2/3 tiles, and it would definitely be much safer, but it wouldn't be fresh water. Yeah, what's the granary cost? No, it's good. It's you're pointing out ideas. It's for sure. You could. There's different ideas here. How far? We're still a ways away from a governor. But my thought is, if you could ever get on that river right there, if you could ever just put a city right there and let it survive. It's -5 right now. That's not good. We're still a ways away from population in our capital. We're a ways away from having a settler there. That is a tricky decision. South of Deer and Cow? You're talking about right here? Oh god, that would be even worse. I can't settle there. That's red. I have to go here. But that's a -5. Yeah, I could get the warrior in for a garrison. Maybe we make it in time. We're going to get our monument. The monument is going to help us push through to the Empire a lot sooner. We'll get pop 6, which will give us the bonus. That city is OP if it's sitting right there. I have trouble saying no to that, guys. I have trouble saying no to that OP city. Oh, and I just got denounced by her. Her army's getting small by the minute. Well, she doesn't like me. Let's just forward settle the chick then. Monument. 2/3. We're just going to go ahead and do it. I think I might go right into a settler and go here. She's already bought that tile, the little wench. I might go right into a settler next. Although I need... Yeah, I've been denounced. I gotta go slinger. There's no choice. I gotta go slinger. Curious what's going on back here. Yeah, Squirrel, give me 1 minute, buddy, and I'll try to figure out what that question's about. Can't make that promise because I'm about to forward settle at least 1 or 2 more times. 12 turns on another settler. Or we pump out some slingers. I think settlers is too ballsy at this point after having been denounced. We're gonna go slingers. So, Pantheon time. We always take a look down here for Goddess of the Harvest, and it's there. We could go, actually it's there. God of the Forge is there. That would help us pump out units that much faster. It looks like we might be getting into some wars, so that is something to consider. But, if you're doing that, you have to realize that you're giving up your Pantheon for a very short-term benefit. That'll save you a few turns now and nothing later. I only really encourage this for games where you're going domination and you're looking to pump out a lot of units in that ancient and classic era, and then you'll get money to upgrade them later. It's a very big possibility that you could do that. If I was worried about her military more, I might do that, but she doesn't actually have that much of a military. She's already gotten into a war. She's not going to be able to send that much at us. She's still in that war with them. I'm going to pump out 3 slingers, turn them into archers, play defense. Should be fine. Goddess of the Harvest. Again, it's boring, I know. But there's nothing better. Nothing better than Goddess of the Harvest. It's just too strong. Especially when you got lots of chops around. Turn it into faith. Turn those into builders. When you can spit out 15 or 20 builders in one era, the acceleration that it gives you to your growth and your production and everything, it's just amazing. You gotta go Goddess of the Harvest. Until they nerf that thing, which they may or may not ever do, because it's been like that for a long time. The Purse Prophet has a flash of insight beneath starry sky and bows and thanksgiving unseen gods. Does that mean that we got the first... that we were the first ones to get a Pantheon? It looked like it was, eh? We were the first one to get a Pantheon, which is weird because we only had 2 per turn. Turn 25 isn't that fast. I've gotten them on turn 20 and not even got my first choice, so... I'm going to go ahead and hit this once and then heal again. It's going to be a tough battle. But I want to get that done. Oh, here we go. Alright, so they're there. So this is even going to be maybe a possible tight squeeze. Good to meet them. I am going to send them a delegation because it would be nice to make friends with somebody at some point. And then hopefully we can get some first impressions. There. Well, nerfing might have nerfed it a little bit, boom, but it's still, to me, it's that Pantheon by itself is as broken as Magnus ever was. If you use that Pantheon correctly, it is crazy how powerful it is. Okay. Get this guy in here for a fortification. This guy's going to heal. Let's continue to move this way. Try and learn some stuff here. And go like this. And here I am going to take this promotion. And I think I'm going to take the rainforest again. Because it feels like it might be getting flatter in here. Oh, there's a cultural city-state there. Probably not a first meet on them this late in the game. There's probably somebody over here that's met him. But fingers crossed. There's another denunciation from them. Again, those guys are already pillaging each other's military. This city is 19 turns away. 16 turns on a... So 16 turns maximum to get to Magnus. Once I get the pop 6, that's going to get shrunk a lot. So once I can put Magnus in there, it'll actually be safe. But we are going to have to defend that city. Absolutely. Let's go here. Let's go there. It is a first meet on Mohenjo-Daro. That's fantastic. That's going to be a huge boost to our culture. We're going to see Magnus a lot sooner in that city. That is incredibly nice to see. Plus, it's the boost of political philosophy that we like to know. Now, this is interesting because that warrior's on his way. I don't know how much I want to injure myself. fighting a scout unit that's nowhere near my land. I feel like I'm just going to stay there and wait. Over here. Oh, there's our other guy. That explains it. I'd be curious to know. Talk about a couple of war. These guys only know each other. I'm going to send them a delegation. Okay. Be nice to have some friends back this way. I could give these guys trouble if they give me trouble. I'm the first one to meet everybody, which is another 5 years score. I could be looking at a golden age right out of the gate. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Pumping slingers. These guys are having some trouble over here. I'm actually getting... Oh no, I'm not going to actually... No, that's fine. Because I won't get experience. I'm going to step away from this. This guy might attack me, but I'll get incredible bonuses. I'm just going to come south here and research this. I am going to go with another slinger and move this one forward. You are going to fortify. That's 18 turns away. But Magnus is like a lot less than that. In 6 turns and in 4. So in 6 turns, I'm going to get the boost to that, and it's going to turn into like 5 turns left. So I'm actually probably 6 or 7 turns away from having Magnus in that city. And then we'll be full health. Because you can see here, we're only at minus 4.6. The plus 8 from Magnus will be perfectly fine. Been a lot of... Let me go. Oh, okay. Been a lot of kind of thought processes going into this video, so we're actually a little bit far behind. We're coming up on an hour, which is where we kind of want to keep our limits on. I'm gonna stay there like that, and we're nowhere near the 40 turns. But first 40 turns is more of an expression of the beginning of a game than exactly 40 turns. If you guys have come to learn, just unbelievable bonus we just picked up there. He's in great shape. This guy is actually going to maintain like that. Get an idea of where they are there. That's good to know. And I'm actually going to just let him wait until he's healed since he's already in place. Like this. Good to know everything about her. She's got her 4 cities there. We're gonna, now that this guy's fully healed, we'll hit again. It's kind of an even battle again. They're getting combat bonuses for fortification and hill, and it's just not working out well for us. Eventually that thing will go. We do need to try and make sure we get that taken care of because this guy has found us and he's headed back. That's going to be trouble. I'm actually going to move him north and maybe we can help defend there. Yet another slinger. I step to here, zone of control him, try to get a hit on him. He's going to get back, but I just maybe slow him down a little bit. Kind of in a rough spot there. Help the slinger get to me a little bit sooner. Help the slinger get there a little bit sooner. Oh, actually diverted him. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. I'm actually going to try and heal up. This slinger is going to get into position. He can come up and get the help. Maybe we'll get a boost on archery that we so richly desired. We are 10 turns away and we need 4-year score. That would be a couple there. Let's start rocking archery. We don't want to be too late getting to it. We should be able to get to 3 or 4 slingers. Goody hut. We've learned what we need to learn there. I'm going to come back around to here, I think. And you can see that their militaries have really been beating up each other a lot. In fact, my military is almost as big as theirs, and I'm mostly just scouts and a couple slingers. I turned those guys into archers. We got a better military than they do. So that's important to balance, right? Like, if you get denounced, that's fine, okay? But having those guys be in a fight, check out their military score. They got nothing to be worried about. If they had a 400 military score right now and they did nothing but produce warriors and slingers from the beginning of the game and turn them into archers and they're coming after you, then there's time to get really, 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 really nervous. But not right now. I actually like where this game is going. I really, really do. We'll come back here and get a Gogi, and then I'll give us our options there. We will appoint our governor, a Magnus as always, and do not forget to put him in the right spot. This city will be in good shape there. Oh, I forgot that we had a goody hat up there. That was my fault. I was getting ready to do an outro, and I lost my train of thought. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually looking pretty good. We're in good shape for a war against these guys if it happens. No reason why we can't put a city down here, help support that. We've got some nice land to our north. I think 2, 4, 6, 8 good cities, absolutely with no problem. In most games on a standard map with, you know, no nerfing going on with it, 8 cities is plenty to do pretty much any kind of victory condition that you really, really need. This has been a fantastic, enjoyable game. I really enjoyed the dynamic of, you know, guy on your left, guy on your right, action going on, making strategic decisions as you move along, changing your build order as you need to, going with that forward settle because you know what, it was the best city available. The other thing I would do, we just went to pop 2 in this city. The other thing I would do is I would buy a tile. 100% you buy that tile and work a couple of 2-3s, and it's that much stronger. Absolutely. Still got lots of money to do your upgrades on your slingers. Once you get to 3 slingers, considering the size of their armies, 3 slingers, turn them into archers. You could absolutely repel armies of that size. Easy, easy, easy. This has been a fun run. Like I said, do not forget to join us at twitch.tv/Nominator and come say hello. We'd love to meet you. Other than that, please don't forget to subscribe and like if you did enjoy. And maybe leave some comments. Let me know what you think. This series has gotten a lot of good reaction on YouTube so far, and I hope to get more. Hope you enjoyed, and this has been the first 40 turns. Bye-bye.